Guys, I made another speed paint. You guys ready? Follow me. Hey guys, I got a fun one here today. I got this character here. He's like a cyberpunk. He's part of the cyberpunk universe that I have in my mind. I think he might show up in a story that has the previous video I did of a character that I really like is the security firm executive. This is one of her goons. He's like heavily augmented. He's mostly cybernetic enhancements. He might have made a trip or two to the Ripper dock. He's got arms and legs that are prosthetic. I wanted to have him with like a chrome grill, like metallic teeth, like the bad guy on James Bond. And I really focused on it at the end of this video, and I just couldn't pull it out of the fire, so I ended up with just putting his teeth to normal looking. But it was a missed opportunity, and I'll revisit it. You might see this guy show up with a chrome grill in a later video, but I kind of made him look anime, but I really focused on like a fisheye look here, like a really dynamic perspective, exaggerated perspective pose, and I think I ended up with the right pose. The character himself looks kind of like Lupin the Third, or like maybe Cowboy Bebop or something. You know, I was imagining that he might show up maybe on Cowboy Bebop as like one of Spike's bounties or something. But he's fun, man. I always draw this guy with a Hawaiian shirt. Like maybe he's on a deep, like he's traveling into deep space, and he's walking around inside the ship with like a Hawaiian shirt on. You know, just as heavily augmented as he is, he just shows his personality. He considers himself to be fashionable, current fashion. Maybe have like a Russian accent or something, I imagine this guy. But my daughter was saying that I should draw him with a dog, and I was talking to my little daughter, she's 8, and I said, man, should I give him like a dog or something? I was like, man, I think he should have like a little white, like a cockapoodle or something, like a little mix, like one of those little miniature poodles. And my daughter, without hesitation, she goes, no, it needs to be a Chihuahua. I was like, Chihuahua? I said, that's probably like dead on perfect, Chihuahua. Man, my granddad had a Chihuahua, and that thing was mean, dude. Like, he was one of those nasty dogs, man. You'd hear him coming around the corner, ching, 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 and then you look, and then he'd come around the corner with his hind legs up like this, just scratching his butt on the carpet like that. Like, ting, 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 just disgusting little dog. And I'm trying to figure out why that dog was so mean, but I guess all Chihuahuas are like that, just little demons, dude. He was a little rotten little dog, man. I guess you saw the finished picture in the thumbnail, but he ends up having a Hawaiian shirt here. I thought that was pretty funny. I was drawing with that shirt on. In this picture, the shirt, I was trying to keep it from looking like kind of like a nurse top, like he's just wearing a nurse's outfit and nothing else. And I was like, man, it just doesn't look right. But I figured what I would do is get the stance set up here the way I need it, and then I would add make him have like shorts on, like he's at the beach, and that's what I rolled with. He's got little shorts on. I think I got the pose right. His legs and arms, I really went with Masamune Shiro. You know, he's the creator of Ghost in the Shell and Appleseed. You can tell his arms might look like Appleseed's arms, like Briario's, the android guy with the bunny ears. But his arms really look like Briario's, or his extremities. That was the look that I went with this guy. That Masamune Shiro is the author of the original shonen comic that was like a serial that showed up in a magazine. And I don't even think that's his... It's not his real name. It's just like a pen name or something. But fantastic artist. Big inspiration for me. I love Ghost in the Shell. That came out when I was in high school. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I think everybody copies that movie. So it's going in with some line art. I really went overboard with the line art on this, but I think I went super polished for this one. You can always do more polish on your artwork. I mean, what do they say? Every piece of art is abandoned. You never complete your artwork, you just abandon it. And I just really made an effort to have this a little bit more polished than what I usually end up with. I think one problem I have is never flipping the image, like flipping it horizontally to look and see if it looks right. You're supposed to do that to see if everything looks anatomically, like if something's off in your silhouette or something. It's not a bad idea. It's kind of like you're walking in the woods alone, like every 200 steps you want to turn around and look and see if there's, the boogeyman's trying to get you or something. Kind of like the art's version of the, what do they say, Crazy Ivan? Every 200 yards you just stop and turn around. Hey, anybody back there? Okay, good. That's the same idea. You want to take your image and flip it horizontally and to see if something looks off, or like his eyes or something. It never fails. Something's going to be off. I didn't do that with this one. It's a good practice. Just going in with the ruler and trying to make this gun look believable. Believable was kind of what the outcome I wanted. I don't know. I had an idea of like the gun kind of looking like RoboCop's gun, but also kind of looking like Blade Runner's gun. So I think it's a mix between the two. Only thing is the Blade Runner's gun has a bunch of wood, like wood grain and stuff in it, and I didn't do that with this. So it's more like it just looks like cold steel. Maybe a composite grip or something. Let's see here. Yeah, his face looks a lot like Lupin the Third or something. I think the gun ended up looking serviceable halfway. Looks every piece of line art looks better with color and shading. I think I'm prepping for some shading here, just going back and fixing the little pieces of line art here for the hand before I start blocking in for color. Or I always block the silhouette in first before I start doing color. This is Masamune Shiro does this with his joints for his elbows and his wrist. He always does kind of like that nylon sock loom for like wires. Looks like an engine harness or something. It's super cool. Coming in with the silhouette now. I love this part. This is so therapeutic to just color. Just watch your show and then color this stuff. You know, I watch gangsters. That's all I can watch. I love it. I keep watching the same shows over and over again. There's nothing good on. If you guys can think of anything cool, just leave me a comment for something that I need to watch when I'm drawing. I always draw, you know, I always put a cool movie on or some anime and something, but I have watched everything that's worth watching, I feel like. I realized that the hand didn't look right, so went back and fixed the line art before I continued with blocking in. I thought that ended up looking better. Made it white so I could better see the dang the blue for the shading. So I did the shadows in the coal blue color, the cool blue, and then I did the light in the bright orange, the warm orange light. So that's a method that I really like, and I think the colors look really good together. Going in and kind of doing cell shading initially. More or less cell shaded. It looks so good once it's realized, you know. And I try to avoid the smudge tool because there's no soul left in your picture if you can't see the strokes. Like, there's tasteful ways to use the blur or smudge tool. I really like the sketch look, so I like to see my strokes. Yeah, so I was trying to decide if he should have like lighter color limbs or super black, like glossy black limbs or like matte black or something. But I think I ended up with like a satin black or like a satin, like a gunmetal for his extremities, like his legs and his arms. Finishing up on the shading here. And I think I ended up, I went back and looked at the feet. I was like, I wonder if that works with like the Hawaiian shirt and the Bermuda shorts or something, is to not have sandals, but kind of like, hey dudes, you know, like little canvas slip-on shoes that your dad wears after he retires. Kind of like he's going to a Jimmy Buffett concert. Like some white canvas shoes that you get at Costco. Kind of like he's on permanent vacation, this guy. So I'm doing the Ahmed Al-Duri method with the green and the red, and I made it a point to leave the strokes in there and just kind of break up the lines. Then I added the flesh color with the red and the orange, and with the red and the green, it looks fantastic. All those colors mixed together, it looks believable. And I added some red for extra blood flow areas. Little spectral, what do you call it? Subsurface scattering. So I really love this yellow. You're gonna see it a lot. I don't know if pineapples and flamingos go together, but that's what ended up being on this guy's shirt. Skipped a lot of the we skipped the highlight part. I didn't add the sunshine here, but you can see how I went back and adjusted the hue, or I adjusted the colors for his extremities. I made him super black here. I let it sit for a minute while I was trying to fix his shadow, and I kept looking at it, and I was like, man, these arms, you're missing a lot of detail if I just leave it black and shiny. So I went and made it more like gunmetal so you can see the details better. And this app, man, I can't change the anchor point for this skew feature, the free transform. So I had to put it into Photoshop. For the to actually fix the shadow the way I wanted it. I tried to cheat it, and I was like, oh, that didn't look right. So really fussed with the shadow here. I was trying everything. I was like, man. Thought it looked all right. The only thing I didn't like was, maybe it's a rookie move, but the shadow color was too overbearing. So here's a close-up of his grill. I always draw this character, I try and make him with the metal, like metallic grill, like the bad guy on James Bond. You know Moonraker? He's got gold, he's got like a chrome grill. I was trying to draw him like that, but I think maybe I stayed up too late or something. I was just couldn't get it the way I wanted to. I couldn't make it look metallic like I really wanted him to. I wanted it to be a believable looking metallic. I ended up leaving it this dull white color, putting white highlights. Just made it look like bone teeth. You can see here, I just can't get it to look right. Just tried to go back to what I remember trying to draw chrome when I was back in my 90s comic book days. My color is not where it's supposed to be. I have a lot of ground to cover. If I would have left it like that, maybe it would have been believable, but when you zoom out, it just didn't look right. I used entirely too much black here. Tried to make him look like he had silver teeth. I was trying everything, add colors, just couldn't get it going. Adding just blue, like for the dark, and then orange for the sunlight. You can see that the light, I left that part out of the time lapse. I guess I might have forgot to hit play, but the orange and blue really work well together. And then you got this purple mouth that I just couldn't get it the right way. And I tussled with it for a minute, man. I don't know. I put about an hour into that, and I just couldn't get it right. Need to learn how to do that. Need to learn how to do it the right way. Ah, itchy. Way too many layers too. A lot of layers on this. Maybe I didn't show it for the cameras, but I ended up having like just regular. He ended up having regular teeth because it just wouldn't look the right way for me. So maybe I could have left it like that. But when you zoom out, it looked like horrendous, atrocious. Here's I took his arms and made them lighter, like a gunmetal. I really like that. That's more fun to show off his hardware. But guys, that's the end of the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and look for my next one, man. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, you know what? That's right. Leave that like and subscribe for me. Thanks for watching.